Okay, welcome back to Noodle number, I don't know which one. Back by popular demand and or court order, I can't remember which. We're going to do a little bit more noodle in here, another little scale to add to our bag of tricks by request. I'm kind of hungover this morning, so bear with me. Anyway, we've learned the major minor pentatonic blend in basically whatever key you want to play it in. And there's a cool little melodic scale that fits right in with the major pentatonic scale. And my guitar teacher called it an arpeggio scale, not an archipelago scale, but an arpeggio scale. And it adds sort of a little bit different flavor, a little bit different color to your leads. If, for example, you're listening or you're playing with someone who's doing more of a melodic folky sort of tune, rather than a bluesy or a country bluesy or a bluegrassy kind of tune. But I encourage just experimentation and just play it and see if it sounds okay. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Your ear should be able to pick that up. But sometimes it's like, oh, okay, that sort of works, sounds kind of cool. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to do this based on the G major pentatonic, so this would be something that you can play around with in any major pentatonic scale, but going to do G since we worked on G in the E minor pentatonic. So that G minor pentatonic again should be very familiar, starting on the 7th fret. Right, that should be old hat for you guys at this point. So this little tiny, it's just a really tiny little scale, little arpeggio. Arpeggios I think are really complex scales, but this is just a little snippet that my guitar teacher showed me. Anyway, so I'll start on the 10th fret, and it's first string 10th fret, first string 8th fret, first string 7th fret, second string 8th fret, third string 7th fret, fourth string 9th fret, fifth string 10th fret. So again, oh my God, hungover. I said yes, I'm hungover. Again, trying to get my hand properly in the frame here. So again, that's 10, 8, 7, 8, 7, 9, 10. Now this can lead into other combinations of the pentatonic scale and stuff, and it's really a matter of experimenting and messing around with it a little bit. So that's it. That's the basic little arpeggio scale that you can throw in with various songs. And I'm going to try to find an example so we can do an example jam with it. But Dickie Betts with the Allman Brothers used to do a lot. I can't really do it probably. Whoop. Stuff like that. That wasn't very good. But if you listen to some Allman Brothers, he was a great fan of that arpeggio scale. So when we return next, I will try to find a track to jam with just to show you how this works. Okay, peace out. Okay, we're back. I didn't find exactly what I was looking for. I googled melodic acoustic jam track in G and came up with a bunch of, they did a lot of things in G minor which wasn't going to work for our example, but I came up with something, slow melodic guitar backing, but it's electric guitar, but that's okay. It'll kind of serve to demonstrate what I want to show you guys. So here's our little jam. Again, we're working in the G major pentatonic. That scale, if I can get it in the camera, should be very familiar to you all at this point. So our little arpeggio again is starting at the 10th fret. So the thing I'm going to play, the jam track I'm going to play in G, you can do the blended G major, E minor pentatonic playthrough, just like the previous videos went over. But then you can add this in there, and that's what just adds a little bit more flavor to the whole thing. So again, my disclaimer is I'm hungover, and if I screw it up, then you know, tough. But let's just play with it. So this is again I Googled melodic acoustic jam track in G, and this came up, and it was called slow melodic guitar backing track in G. Look at, I'm just hammering off this. Doing some vibrato. You don't have to do any of that. So it could be a nice, just mellow, doesn't have to be a super involved or complex accompaniment, but it can go with just adding a little delightful spice to what you're playing. I don't know how long this track goes for, but let's add in now the G major, E minor pentatonic playthrough. That was wrong. Did I mention I'm hungover? You should be familiar. I'm in the G major pentatonic with my little bend. Now that country lick does not go with this track at all, and that should be obvious to your ear. But this does, this bend. Now recall our playthrough. Now the arpeggio is going to feed right into our playthrough too, so I'm in my playthrough. Yeah, it kind of works. Not great. I'm at the top of the E minor pentatonic scale here. I'm just working up the first string here, and this right here should be familiar as the playthrough into the E minor pentatonic. Okay, that wasn't a great jam, but kind of gives you an idea of something that's sort of mellow and melodic, some folky or ethereal rock or something. Just experiment with it to see if it works, but you can again I'm adding this, so from the 9th fret, 4th string, I'm adding the little 5th string passing note. So just experiment. Again, you build off this bass and then see what notes sound good and where you can go and how you can blend other parts of the major scale or minor scale in there. Because this arpeggio is going to hook up with other forms of the pentatonic scale and other scales as well. That's what they all do. But you can it's just one more little tool in the toolbox to mess around with. But again, so when you're here, I tend to spend a lot of time just on the first 2 strings. I think it sounds good. So working up that is just working up the 1st string in the major G major E minor pentatonic scale. So here's, recall, that's the E minor pentatonic, and that's the top of it there, and that's where we're going with this arpeggio. You can play around with that. So anyway, I think I need some water or another beer or something, but there you go. There's a little arpeggio to play with to add some flavor and spice to what you normally will be doing with your major, minor, blah, 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 your major, minor blend. So that's it. Hope it helped. And yeah, peace out. Have a good one.